Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, welcome back to Age of Empires Definitive Edition, and it has gotten an update 10, which has actually changed a lot and improved a lot, and we're going to look at it today to see if it's actually changed your mind of whether you should get it or not. So this is of course a Gamer Encounters, and we are encountering Age of Empires Definitive Edition Update 10, and we'll see how good it is. Alright, so first thing I have to talk about is how much I would have rated this game through the ages, you could say. On launch, I would have probably actually given this game a 3 out of 10. It was pretty bad. Pathfinding was broken, AI was massively broken, it was crashing, it was bug-filled, it was just missing features, broken promises, all sorts of things. But it's been a year and 3 months now, year plus, and the history of updates was sort of messy as well. After launch, it got about 2 months of being updated, and then it was silent. Nothing happened. For about 8 months, nothing happened, you know? And we got no updates, no patches, no improvements, and we all thought the game was pretty much dead in the water. But then around the first anniversary, Forgotten Empires and Microsoft was like, maybe we shouldn't have this be our legacy. And around the first anniversary, they started updating it again, and updating and fixing and adding at a rate which did not happen before. It's even better than the first 2 months. And update 9 was pretty good. And by the point of update 9, I would have actually given this game a 6 out of 10. And today, with update 10, I might, being generous, I might actually give this a 7 out of 10. Now, I'm not a reviewer, but I'm going to try justify why I say all of that. So first thing, I'm going to Alt-Tab to the Microsoft Store, where this game is the most exclusive game in the world. I'm going to scroll down into the patch notes for update 10 here. So in our last video, which you can totally check out in the playlist on the channel, I talked about how every RTS basically needed, like if you want to modernize an RTS, you take an old RTS, you give it matchmaking, you give it a replay system with a spectator system, and you get it in HD, right? That's pretty much it. That's what StarCraft Remastered sort of did, and it's just sort of, you know, that's what you need if you want to modernize an old RTS. Now, in the last video, obviously it's in HD, okay? So we've got 1 out of 3. There's no replay system, and I understand replay systems are hard, so I'll leave that to the last point. But a matchmaking system is sort of essential, because in any strategy game, there's going to be different skill levels, and you need a way to filter them, right? You need a way to filter them. And in the last video, I actually said even a rudimentary ELO matchmaking system, just a simple score thing, would be good. And were there replays in Age of Empires 1 before? I'm not too sure, but I can't remember. But there aren't any now. And here's update 10, ELO and ranked game mode added. Not in Age of Empires 1, okay. ELO and ranked game mode added. Good. It is not the best ranked mode, but it is a ranked mode. And that's what I said we needed last time. A rudimentary surface level ranked mode. It's in. I didn't actually think that at it, but I know the developers have been watching my videos, so maybe they listened. Thank you. This global queue added. It's a nice addition. It's a very sort of UI addition. Very good. Very good. Would also be handy in spectator and stuff, but it's not there yet. But it's a feature that is useful. And then some other stuff which isn't as important. Down here, AI improvements. The AI in this game has been so broken for so many things. Idling farmers, storage wars, you know, streaming their villagers into your base to die one by one until they run out of resources and idle. It's just, there's so many problems. But look at this. More effective strategies, yeah, okay. They may now decide to fight back against attackers or flee. They will defend their town against attacks. I'm not sure if you watched any of my AI battles in the past, but sometimes the AI would have an army just sort of sitting at the side watching their base get destroyed. They will now defend their base. Down here, fixed an issue where the AI would build excessive amounts of storage pits. Storage wars is over. And from launch, so many things have changed. So before moving on, I'm just going to do a quick look here. Jumping into the game here, I'm going to jump into multiplayer, lobby browser, just to see how many games are waiting to start. Fetching game lobbies. Okay, we've got 5. 5 games waiting to start, which is better than the last time I looked at this. The last time, for content update 9, we saw 2 or 3 games waiting to start. Now there's 5, which means it's not dead. It's going, right? This is, of course, not all the games going on right now. It's games waiting to start, and 5 is not bad. But to compare, if I Alt-Tab to my Game Ranger, we have 37 games waiting to start. 37 games. So what we can conclude for this is that although Age of Empires Definitive Edition is getting better, it is not the preferred place to play, right? It's not the preferred place to play. Whether it's because of cost, whether it's because of exclusivity, whether it's because of features, this is not the preferred place to play, right? So you have to keep that in mind. Too little, too late. I'm not too sure, because with updates, this might actually convince you to come back to it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into a custom game. Just jump into a nice Mediterranean map. I always like doing that. All visible. I'll keep the population limit at 100, which is above the default 50. And we're going to have a look at the Definitive Edition AI here on hardest, very fast speed. Let's start the game. Now, there is no spectator mode in single player, so I have to do this. Now, I have to find an elephant and cheat to become Gaia to get myself off the map. And we can now have a look at the AI and see all the ways it's been fixed. Mighty Thug asks, am I going to be playing online games? Maybe not today, but with the new rank system, we might want to get into it. So the AI, just overall, much better. Much better. That's me dying. Don't worry about that. Yeah, there we go. What killed me? Oh, the lion chased me up. Okay. So we're going to have a look at the AI here. Just to see what's improved, what's changed, and if it actually behaves in ways that make sense. It's building a storage pit, but don't worry, storage wars is over. They're building a granary there, which is next to the berries. That's nice. And yeah, just so you know, on launch, when I would have given this game 3 out of 10, sometimes the AI was just idle. It just did nothing. They would have like wandering units and army units just all over the place. They would... Oh, you hear that Academy sound? That bug's still in. The game still has bugs. That Academy sound is caused by a villager attacking a lion or alligator for the first time when a map starts. Which means there should be a dead... Was that it? Is that a dead alligator or is that just a skeleton? I'm not too sure. Body decay was sped up, so it's hard to tell. There it is. There's the dead lion. Told you there'd be a dead lion. The first time a spear is thrown at a lion or alligator, it plays the Academy sound effect. Don't ask me why, but we've documented that bug. Okay, so overall, things seem to be quite sensible. We've got a storage pit next to the trees and the gazelle. The placement of barracks is a bit weird, but not the craziest thing. The houses are always sort of put around, leaving space for farms, which we will compare farming to the classic mode, because in Definitive Edition you can walk over farms, in classic mode you cannot. So that is important to compare. But all the granaries are next to berries, and that's nice to see. The storage pits are all next to trees. That's nice to see. You know, these are simple things, but you know, you'd be surprised how they weren't doable before. Do you know, just a few patches ago, so a few months ago, the AI was incapable of hunting elephants. They just could not. They didn't know how to do it. Right? That is something that has been fixed, thankfully. So they now know how to hunt elephants. So collecting berries, okay. They should be going on into age 2 soon enough because they've collected quite a lot of food. The fishing boats, they always have one out for scouting. Doing a bit of fishing there. Building more houses. So generally, things make pretty good sense. Pretty good sense. The AI not hunting elephants was a change from Rise of Rome. I'm not sure if those sort of things carried over from the old game because I'm pretty sure they built this on a new engine. I don't think they're using the same engine anymore, right? Or maybe they did. I actually don't know. This is a lot of gazelle in one spot. Okay. Fishing going on. Nice. Seems like the... brown. Pharnaces has evolved into the next age. The rest should follow on soon because AI tend to not vary too much. Orange, yellow has made it, and red has made it. So there's no real AI personalities. I would like to see AI personalities as a choice because you see these things in like different behaviors in Age of Mythology or in Age of Empires Online. You can see AI personalities. That would be a nice addition to Age of Empires 1, I think. You know, setting some to be defensive, some to be aggressive, some to favor cavalry, stuff like that. But it's not essential. But the markets are coming down, so one thing we do need to check is farmers, because idling farmers, look at this, they're going all in on this. Idling farmers was a big problem before content update 10, or patch 10 for this game, where there would just be farmers trying to farm a farm which already has a farmer, so they just stood there, twitching every once in a while. But looking at this, that's a nice distribution of farmers. They do tend to overbuild farms, you know, and then they leave them not being worked, but that's much better than having idling farmers. Now this is of course with Definitive Edition where the farms are traversable. We'll see if it does actually stay this way when farms are solid in the classic mode. Watchtower positioning, pretty decent. It's guarding the golden stone. This is a very heavy stone and gold deposit with the berries and this and the trees. That's a reasonable position for towers. Now, one thing we did see before is the AI tended to build lots of towers on the edge of the map because they would consider this to be an opening. And I think we did sort of look at it. They would sort of look at this edge of the map and compare it to like the opposite side. And if this was an opening, they would think it's joined. So yeah, hopefully we don't see crazy or bad tower placements anymore. Like this one is not bad. It's like a single tower defending the military buildings and the gold mine. That's okay. They tend to still overbuild storage pits, which is not so bad. Like they don't have to be this close together. Like I would have at least put this here to get the elephant and the stone. It seems like we might be having an invasion here of some bowmen. I'm not sure. How about here? We're getting some naval warfare. They tend to overbuild barracks as well. And not that many units, right? You can see these barracks aren't actually producing lots of units. But it's okay. That's a nice tower placement in this choke point. Very good. Couple docks for fishing. That sounds good. We've got some archers doing some stuff over here. Orange is invading brown. Ooh, brown looks pretty screwed here. They don't have much military. This might be the end of brown. Yellow's pushing in as well. Look at this wall of trees. What is this map making? Wait, can you even cross here? Can you? There's gold right up to the edge here. Can you walk through here? This is a solid wall, isn't it? This trees go up to the edge. Wow, look at this natural defenses Brown got, and they're still being killed. So it looks like they build towers to defend the military buildings more than anything. Could have used a couple towers here. But they're not dead yet. Ooh, some red slingers came in here, going up against a watchtower. These are very nice tower placements, covering both these entrances. This is, yeah, that's a yellow dock. We basically don't want to see, you know, like red building storage pits over in the enemy base. That's what we used to see before. Storage wars is what we called it. There's still a lot of storage pits, but they're within contained areas, which is nice to see. A little bit of distance mining, but it's not as bad as it used to be. You know, the AI used to, like, here's their town center, and they would go and mine this gold mine with no storage pit, and they would just mine from here all the way back to there. So distance mining was a big problem, which seems to have been fixed. They do build a lot of farms, but no idling farmers. Very important. No idling farmers. Idle farms, yes, no idling farmers. They do build them near the granary and town center as well. Decent enough placement. Here as well, we see a similar pattern. Okay, they seem to have a scripted way of building houses. Okay, this is still going on. It's gonna take a while to bust that down. Brown did not die. I'm looking for idle farmers. No, no. They're sort of behaving slightly weirdly, you see that? But they are all working their own farms. This one is working that one, this is working that. Off they go to become woodcutters. Okay. So it is sort of slightly weird. Everyone is in the Bronze Age now, by the way. So a little kind of distance mining here. There really should be a storage pit for this. But it's not too far. The nearest one is here. Who's fighting? What are we looking at? Oh, this. Okay, okay. How's red being invaded by orange up in the north side? Might have some difficulty. And we're not seeing any excessive towers at the edge of the map yet, which is good. So we're just sort of looking for all of these old problems that used to be problems and are no longer problems. We're past the 20-minute mark. So basically about 20 to 25 minutes is where we used to see storage wars. You know, red would just start building storage pits going out all over the map, out this side. And looks to be it's not happening anymore. We just want to make sure it has actually stopped. Are they trying to convert someone? Or are they just healing? I think that was healing. Okay. Currently yellow is top of the scoreboard here. They are shooting over the trees at the tower. Is this dock? Oh, this is actually a brown dock. How did he get there? There must be a way through. There's no way the villager walked all the way around the map. Looks like yellow's pushing through though. On both sides a little bit. Decent tower placements there. Good. Storage pit for the gold mine. Very nice. Okay, and we're seeing a dock go out here, which is not bad. It's not storage wars. They did build a storage pit here. This is sensible, yes, for the meat and the wood. This can be used for fishing. No idling farmers. Brown resigned. Oh, orange just wrecked his base. Okay. And we're just past the 25-minute mark, and if we're not seeing any storage wars right now, the AI might have been properly fixed for that. The tower at the bottom of the map, that's an AI limitation. This at least is defending the military production buildings, so it makes some sense. They're at the point where they're building the follow-up town centers for collecting resources. Very nice. Yellow's going heavy on the temples. 4 temples? Do you really need that many? What is this? A stable to block the way. And I think the AI looks pretty decent, doesn't it? Because one of the big points of this game is the AI. Because you want to play single player, you need decent AI. And I've actually tried playing against hardest AI. They're pretty tough. They're pretty tough. And it seems like their strategies are getting better. Look how many priests they got. Yellow is going priest chariot archer. Whereas orange is going... What was orange going? He got some catapults just now. Yellow's here. I think you can pass through somewhere here. Yellow might win this. Yeah, I think yellow's gonna win this. Phoenician, yeah? We can check the tech tree. Can we check Phoenician? Are they actually focusing on what they're supposed to be? Woodcutters, elephants, catapult, trireme, juggernaut fire. Missing technologies. So they're just going for a strat. It's not really their strengths. They're an elephant and cavalry faction. Yeah, so they're not really going with their strengths. They're just going for a strat. There's an orange catapult right here. Now the AI, of course, can micro better than anyone. Look at them dodge this catapult. Nothing's getting hit by catapults when you're against the AI. Look at this. You can't hit them. The AI micros each unit individually. All the priests are here. Yep. Orange is... Well, red's resigned. So it's now just yellow versus orange. And it seems like they're not really going to cross through here because... I don't think they can? I really don't know. Maybe a villager did walk around. Couple military units left. Here comes orange. Gonna wipe out the remaining yellow forces there. We do have horse archers, chariot archers. These are Hittite. Let me just check. What are the Hittite strengths? All archers +1 attack. Okay, they're using their stuff. They can cross through there, yes! But that must be the only gap, because I'm pretty sure you can't cross through here. Oh, we have priests. We have priests. Yellow's pretty strong with all these priests if they manage to convert some units. Oh, that's a lot of gold being wasted right there. So much gold. Yellow's pretty strong. I'm not sure if orange can bust through this. We're about 33 minutes into the game. Lots of town centers have gone down. They have at least gone their own strats. You know, there's no priests coming out of orange, but there are some catapults and horse archers. Orange is probably going to slowly stream down this way. They're getting distracted by some of these remnant buildings. Yellow keeps heading up here to kill the dead player. I think they need to be told, the AI needs an addition where, like, they need to ignore dead players. I think that's something that should be added. Oh, are we? They're in the 4th age now. They're in the Iron Age. That's a lot of priests. Orange is just gonna keep getting converted here. Yellow's going for an attack. Might work. There's not that much defense here. Orange has not upgraded their towers, whereas Yellow has. These are still sentry towers. There's a converted horse archer there. That's a lot missing over this hill. This is some nice placement for the towers. You see how many arrows are just not hitting? This has taken 1 damage. Come on, you gotta wreck the economy. That's a secret. Yellow's pushing out from here as well, but we've got some catapults. You can't dodge so well in this tight corner here. Even with micro, that's hard. All these priests... Are these converted catapults? They must be. Catapult versus catapult. Oh, this is a massacre right here. Jeez. You just can't dodge it. It's too much. It's too narrow. How about this side? Are we making some progress? They're getting a little stuck on these towers. Chariot archers don't do well versus towers. What are all these priests? Did we convert? The priest converted the tower. Okay, and it's now being repaired, so I guess it will eventually win. They were just like so fed up of this tower. We're just gonna convert this tower. They're slowly converting the enemy base. They converted a house and a farm. They converted this farm. We can call it. They converted the tower! Now Orange has to kill his own tower. Okay, priests are being used. They're slowly making their way through this forest wall here. Just absorb them. They converted this farm. They're farming it. Okay, the AI still has some weird quirks, for sure. This is basically the Age of Empires equivalent of teabagging. Is this? They converted this archery range? Got one. Ooh, he didn't last long. They converted this archery range and Orange is like, well, I'm just gonna build a new archery range. They're slowly converting these buildings as well. They're just absorbing slowly the dead empires around them. Even this was converted. I think in the long run, Yellow's gonna win this. Right, I think it's very close to Yellow winning. I think there is just a bit of a resource limitation. I don't know, the economies seem pretty good. They are actually mining this gold now, which is nice. They fully mined out that gold mine. So the resource collection seems to make a lot of sense. It's just that some quirks in the late game on how to end it. Convert that tower, now it's 2 versus 1. You're gonna convert that last tower? Maybe. There goes another attack. So they seem to know they can go around both ways. Got him. Couple farms converted here, couple houses converted here. Stormlord, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. So, I'm pretty sure this is kind of a stalemate because of the weird AI. right? So we can see the AI needs to be programmed to ignore dead players. They have difficulty ending a game. And I kind of want to move on at this point. But, so many of the major problems with the AI have been fixed, right? Aggression generally seems okay. No more storage wars, no more idling farmers, right? Resource distance mining, gone. There's no like villagers streaming into the enemy base. They're mining resources okay. There's a bit of confusion here because they're being shot. So there's still quirks. It's not perfect, but it is so much better than last time. I'll wait for this last attack to go through, and if they don't kill him, we'll move on to classic mode, just to check that. Because the idling farmers and storage wars, I know there's a lot of similarities in the AI between classic mode and definitive edition, but they do have to behave differently. Okay, this might do it. This might do it. This is a lot of chariot archers. With some coming through down this side. I'm not sure if we can convert any of these. Got a horse archer there. Oh, they're going to defend though. Oh, they upgraded the towers though. These are now guard towers. Pretty scary looking ones. Can they actually figure this out? Some more priests streaming down this way. This does hurt their economy significantly. Like, there's not a lot of villagers left here compared to the yellow's economy, which is looking pretty solid. They've mined out all the gold. There's just a little bit left there. They're just chopping trees now. This tower is still not dead. Towers are not good against each other. Are you finally gonna get converted? Yes! Oh, will it work? Will it work? Will it work? It worked. All three towers are now under their control. They couldn't quite cinch the victory down here though. But I think yellow will eventually win, right? Orange's economy is wrecked. There's like 6 villagers, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Okay. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna quit this game. And we're just gonna jump into single player, custom game, set it to classic mode, and do the same thing. Actually, let's speed this up a bit. Let's speed this up a bit. I'll go straight into the tool age because we don't have to watch everything again, right? Single player, custom game. Let's start in the tool age. So they go straight into farms. Yeah, hardest difficulty, classic mode. Start game. Those are the sounds we like to hear. So they're gonna start straight up and get going. These are the... isn't classic mode just... classic mode is just so good. So they're going straight into it. Now this is weird placement because this is very cramped. I'm not sure if yellow's gonna be able to figure this out. Where are they gonna put their farms? The others... So they're placing their houses very close to the town center. They're all getting the market down. So we'll see farms soon. We'll see farms soon. Granaries still near the berries. That's good. Storage pits near the trees. That's good. Okay, they've fit some farms. Can they actually navigate this? This is very weird. Now, pathfinding has been significantly improved, right? And we're gonna see if we see idling farmers. This is like worst case scenario for the AI. And we're gonna see if they can actually figure out how to build a base in this cramped situation. What are these? Archery range. Watchtower. Watchtower. Decent enough positioning. This layout is just so hard to deal with. These cliffs, the trees. Like, everyone else has a more open start. Yeah. There's the academy sound. Because that's the first lion to be speared. See, that bug is pretty consistent. And I'm not sure if Forgotten Empires knows that bug is there. They must hear it, right? Alright, well, there's no idling farmers here. There's no idling farmers here. It's very cramped the way they build, but they seem to be figuring it out. The way they build farms is definitely changed in classic mode. They didn't used to build like this. And they always seem to make sure there's a gap to build through. Oh, they moved on to the next age. Now there is some stuckage here because this is just so cramped. Like, can they actually figure it out? These towers are sort of facing the wrong way. Like, these two I could let pass. This one is not really necessary. Though I think they do build it to defend resources. What is this? Academy, academy. They're going straight into academies, okay. I mean, nothing's really broken here. We're not seeing idling farmers quite yet. This is blocking off, what is this? This watchtower is blocking off this whole entrance. They're building a lot of towers. They're going Tower Academy, is it? Oh, they can they walk through that? They can, okay. As long as the AI figures out how to do what it wants to do. Are these all towers? Oh, these are all towers. Slightly too far north, I would say, but at least they're building it facing the enemy. All players are going slightly heavier on towers. This is a nice choke point. Are these all towers. Wow, okay. This is hard to bust through. Okay, decent placement. Nice setup. How is yellow faring? Okay, we're seeing some tower building towards the edge of the map, which is a concern. So this does still kind of happen. Yeah, these are all watchtowers. So this does still happen. Building watchtowers on the edge of the map. It must have something to do with how it checks the map. Like, is it checking to think this side? Like, does this reflect to here and think this is an opening? I don't know. By the way, here's another bug. The music has stopped. So we get to enjoy. Oh, this is all stuck here. They're not idling, they just can't get to the granary. They just can't figure it out because it's so cramped. So it's not the same bug as before, but without the music, we get to enjoy the sounds of Age of Empires 1 Classic. We can volume this up. Enjoy the sounds of wood chopping, subtle mining, the soft sounds of foliage, birds chirping and cawing in the background. Ooh, someone started building something. And then we can go to something way more jarring, which is combat noises. Okay, Age of Empires combat sounds are very extreme, aren't they? They're very extreme. Every arrow is like shoot, 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 ching, ching, clang, clang, ching. It's just so heavy. It's so heavy. There's the wall of lows, though. Okay, but generally, the AI so much better. They struggle in this situation. They can't figure this out. It's way too cramped. So yellow right now is the most broken. And I think it's got something to do with how it just can't figure out this cramped space. Right? Because it's obvious they're set, like, you can build up to a certain distance. And it just doesn't know, like, it wants to put towers on the edge and it can't figure out where to put them, so it just puts them here, I guess? It's very strange. The granary can't be navigated by all of this. Like, when given space, the AI does okay. I've never seen that many towers from the AI before. So that's hard to get through. They really should upgrade them, though. These are still watchtowers. And we've got catapults coming on through. Look at these skeletons. This guy doesn't stand a chance. I mean, brown has some nicely spread out watchtowers. So yeah, I think the AI just doesn't know how to deal with cramped spaces. Maybe once these trees... Can I delete these trees since I'm Gaia? No, I can't. No way I can deal with that, I think. But this might clear off once the trees are gone. Not if they keep building farms, though. They're still attacking. They still got some hoplites. Hunting elephants, proof that they can. Because if you haven't heard, they couldn't before. Nothing's getting through this. They did upgrade them too to sentry towers. Jeez. This is not how you attack this. It's just a pile of bodies at the bottom of the hill. They didn't even get a hit off. So, well, there's some catapults coming in next, so maybe that'll sort it out. What's the range on these? 10? This range is 6 plus 3. They did upgrade the range, though. That's very close. 10 to 9. Might be hard to deal with. If they do actually move out. Oh, things did clear off a bit. It's still very cramped here, but they're making their way around. But yeah, no one's idling, they're just stuck, which is okay. It's storage pit there for the meat and gold makes sense. Storage pit there for the meat and stone makes sense. You know, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. They just have to really cut down these trees, but we can picture yellow not winning. Oh, they just charged the catapults in. That's not how you do it. Okay, the AI can't deal with this. I don't know. So there's still some problems. Yeah, definitely. Did they upgrade this again? No, they're just... Town center's coming up. I'm not sure if the AI will ever figure this out, but that's... It is pretty hard to deal with. It's pretty hard to deal with. Brown's base looks the best, though. Orange is not bad, too. So yeah, it's just the more cramped they get. Yeah, see, we got a couple towers on the edge of the map. These really don't need to be here. I'd rather them be closer to the farms or like right next to the town center. Starting to bust through. Orange is a bit better with catapults. +2 range. So the catapults massively outrange these towers. Okay. Some AI can deal with it. They're repairing towers they couldn't before? Is it? Could they not repair towers before? Brown's just marching in. It's not... Orange is gonna wreck red. Brown just doesn't know how to do tactics. These towers are fantastic, but... Just from this, I say... Yeah, these are all just stuck. They don't know how to get... So this is a problem, okay. But orange is most likely gonna win this. Okay, and I think we've seen a nice little improvement of the AI, so I'm gonna quit out of this and just show you a couple more things. Going into multiplayer, lobby browser. For the ranked mode, still 5 games waiting to start. Pretty good. Well, not bad. Ranked mode, it is very surface, very shallow ranked mode. If I go to create game, and I'm just gonna make an invite only game here. Ranked mode is just the score. Now it is what I asked for in my previous video. You can see that ELO is now on the right side. I have 1,600 points by default. There's no actual tiers. There's no like nomad, stone, iron, none of that. But there is a number attached to your account. Some interesting things, not yet ranked. There must be two balanced teams. So ranked ELO does not split team or individual. Okay, so this is very surface. It's just a number. It's just a number, right? You can have 2 balanced teams. It doesn't allow computers, right? It doesn't allow computers. However, if I click allow cheats, it doesn't say anything about that. So I'm not sure, like I have to get a game going, but this does not seem to change anything. Full tech tree also doesn't seem to change anything. So all of these settings, there's no like fixed rules of what is ranked besides you can't have AI and that it has to be balanced teams, right? There's no separation for your ELO, for team games. You know, it's not like this is your 2v2 rank, this is your 1v1 rank. There's none of that. And there's no tiers. And also, you can see in the lobby, there's no way to filter or limit or search by ELO, right? There's none of that. Maybe it says no cheats after teams are balanced. Maybe, but I'm not sure. I can't test it right now, but just to note. But there's no way to filter by ELO, which hopefully comes in the future, but it's not there right now. So, you could see one game there saying noobs only less than 1,600. You can ask for it, you can see it, you can kick people, but you can't limit or filter by it, right? So, like I said, on launch, someone said this game dropped the ball, and I said this game on launch, the ball was filled with lead. It crashed into the ground, split the ground open. It was heavy, and over the first 2 months, they fixed some things, but the ball was still on the ground. And then 8 months passed, and there was radio silence, and we had no idea what was going on with Age of Empires Definitive Edition. We thought it was dead in the water, or, you know, the ball just sank further in. But around the first anniversary, Microsoft and Forgotten Empire started lifting the ball slowly. And it's sort of up there. So on launch, I would have given it a 3 out of 10. But now, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Now, I don't do reviews or give scores so much, but just so you understand the context, we start at 10 and we deduct for things missing. So I would take away 1 point because there's no classic mode in multiplayer. You can see if I create game, there is no classic mode for multiplayer or campaigns, right? The option's just not there. And they did actually say that there were technical difficulties of getting classic mode working in multiplayer, and I don't know what those difficulties would be, but apparently there are technical difficulties, right? So 1 point off, no classic mode. I'll take another point off for room for the spectator mode and the ELO matchmaking system to be improved. Those are 2 half points, so I'll count that as 1 whole point gone, right? Matchmaking needs more, and spectator needs more, okay? And then I'll take half a point off, just to be generous, for no replay system, right? There's no replay system. I wouldn't say it's absolutely essential, but if they want this to be an RTS that people take seriously, you need a replay system, right? Maybe it's not so required for Age of Empires 1, maybe. But I would still say that's one of the main things you need to modernize an RTS, a replay system, right? But that kind of ties into improving the spectator system as well. So I'd take off half a point for that, and just take off another half point for the remaining bugs and issues with the game, right? The AI could be tweaked a bit, there's still bugs. Even StarCraft had one. Yeah, StarCraft 1 had a replay system after some years, but StarCraft 1 got a replay system eventually. It was broken at first, but then it got fixed, right? So minusing those points, we're left with 7, being kind and generous. 7 out of 10. So overall, Age of Empires Definitive Edition has improved. It has gotten much better. However, it's still got issues, and it's still got exclusivity going on. With the Windows Store, Windows 10 only game, with a Windows 10 version, a specific version up only. So there's a lot to not want to get this game. There's a lot holding me back from just recommending this game. But it is recommendable now. It's recommendable. But it has some caveats. It's got an asterisk next to the recommendation, which only you can decide whether it's good or not. But yeah, update 10. If the next 2 updates are as big as these last 2, as update 9 and update 10, if update 11 and 12 come and it adds more, fixes more at this scale, I would say it could get up to 8 or 9 out of 10 if they keep at this pace. If Forgotten Empires, Microsoft, you sometimes watch these videos. Thank you for the improvements. I want to see this be the best it can be. And it's still got those things holding it back from being great. I understand the exclusivity thing is an issue. It's an issue. But you know, you are only sort of able to do so much there. I'm just getting the music going again because I want the music. Also, Forgotten Empires. You see this logo? You see this logo? It's not aligned to the menu. You see that? You see that? Definitive Edition. It starts well in. It ends after the edge. Fix that. Fix that. Fix that first. That should be the next one. I've seen that since the last couple updates. Fix that logo placement. Shift it to the... Just shift it a bit. Like 10, 20 pixels over that way. Just do that. Okay. And I'm done for today. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the look at the game. Hope you found it useful or interesting. The game's getting better. You let me know what you think. There's going to be a comment section down below on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can click the buttons on the screen right now and check out the full playlist. My hands are so animated today. For more Age of Empires content. Thank you all so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!